Here we are in person.
In person.
The live podcast.
The live
in-person podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in to our first in-person live real podcast. All of them have been real, but this one's where we're both with each other, which is exciting.
That's right.
We're going to go over the second part of the Boo Painting comedy bit today, where we wrote it together, and now we have the actual video.
Yeah.
That's been live, put on YouTube. We're going to review it, see what went well, see what didn't work, go through it together, and maybe adjust it a bit. So the next time we do it,
talk about things that we think you could do better.
Right.
And things that worked really well and that you should just keep doing.
I can do live notes of like, here's what I saw in that moment. Here's what happened when I said this. If I changed a joke, there's one part of the video, which we'll talk more about, where I changed it live time.
Wow.
Like I changed the line based off reactions from another joke. Okay. And I had to change the ending of the bit, which I think we need to work on too, because the ending, I'm not in love with it yet. I'm going to take off my bracelets because they're making too much noise. I should have thought that through. But yeah.
Cool.
You want to kick it off whenever? How you been? You good?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
That's good.
Thank you for asking.
I care.
Yeah. It's 2022.
Yeah, New Year. Crazy.
Trying to, just always strive for greatness in these. At the beginning of the year, started off strong.
Right. What are you doing? Are you doing anything differently this year than last year?
No, I'm not changing anything.
The same?
No, but I'm striving for greatness. That's what I'm doing differently.
That's big. That's important. Yeah.
What about you?
I think everything's the same right now. It's same old, same old.
That's good.
Yeah. Also striving for greatness.
That's great.
More than last year.
Wow.
I feel more motivated, but we have some stuff on the horizon. Some stuff I'm excited about.
Yeah.
Career-wise,
that's good.
It's big. Career's number one. It's like at this age. Career's top dog.
That's good. I'm glad. I'm happy for you.
You have stuff on the horizon? You got big stuff coming? Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see.
What happens.
We'll see what comes up.
Yeah.
I got no plans.
This is cool. Usually we just do FaceTimes. This is like more
things
intimate.
as it comes.
Right.
Yeah. No. I like this a lot better. I feel better.
It's more natural. It's just like we're just talking to each other.
Yeah.
So are you doing classes? You signed for classes, right?
Why we're supposed to?
Okay, we're supposed to do
a comedy podcast. We're not talking about my life.
Okay. So we're getting to the video. We're starting off.
Yeah. Let's take
volume on. And this is at Stamp Live about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I did a show with a bunch of other comedians, and then from the show, I got booked for a Thanksgiving show.
Okay.
So I did good enough where the show booker said to keep on going. This is me personal. I think this is the best bit I've ever done.
I would agree with that.
On stage.
I would agree.
Not ever like this is as good as it's going to get, but this is my best to this date I think I've done.
Which is good because now you're at a place where you're doing better. You can
finally
do better.
Seeing results.
And
exactly.
You're at a...
And we have places, I think there's a lot where we can get better. It's not even like, this bit's not the best it can be.
Definitely not.
And that's exciting to me. That's like the best part.
I'm happy you're excited.
I hope you enjoy it. We'll play it right now and we'll get into it.
Next comic coming to the stage is a damn baby. He's 20 years old, Jewish, man.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
Stopping early? Yeah. 10 seconds in. What's up?
Why did he say that you're Jewish?
He asked me backstage what are some traits and quirks of mine, and I said I'm young, like I'm the youngest guy there, and then I mentioned I was Jewish. Because that was
a personality
trait. Well, because it's in Arizona. Sorry, this is filmed in Arizona. I should mention that at the beginning, where there's not a lot of Jews in Arizona, so it's a very much. it's also it would set up jokes I had planned if they knew I was Jewish going in, where I have to say, you know what I mean? It like plants the seeds.
Okay.
And hopefully the flowers will grow.
Okay. We can continue.
We can keep going.
Damn! Please give it up for the very funny Lee.
Great crowd. You have some supportive people there.
I do some people who are filming, who are Team Lee.
Love the embrace.
You like that? And then the hype up. The hype up was the thing I like doing.
I know you,
as I come out. It's
I know you like energy.
Raise the energy up.
I know you like energy.
And then we'll keep it there the whole time. But yeah.
Thanks so much. So I know it's October, but my mind is set dead on love. So I'm going right past Christmas, right past Hanukkah, Thanksgiving, straight to Valentine's Day. So I have a question for all of you, moving this too. What are the best gifts to give on Valentine's Day?
Chocolate!
Chocolate, delicious. Anything else?
Flowers!
That was an impassionate flowers, but yes. Flowers game.
I'm taking notes.
Say again? Kinda, that's insinuating something else that's going on Valentine's Day. That's crazy.
This is my first mistake. I have watched more specials. Whenever they do crowd interactions, and you yell something like, I was asking for Valentine's Day gifts, and it was flowers, chocolate, and then he yelled condoms. I never repeated what he said. So people in the back of the room, because if you watch pro comics, if you say something to me on stage, I'll say it again for everyone else to hear,
Yeah.
and then I'll respond.
Yeah.
So my mistake was, I'll go back like 5 seconds. He yelled out right here.
Say again? Condom, that's insinuating something else.
I should have repeated condoms, and then I make the joke, oh, that's insinuating something else.
Yeah.
That was my first. Again, like I can't like, I don't know, base off, like it's not gonna happen every single time I'll get reactions
Yeah.
like that, but I need to repeat what people say to me.
Definitely. And then it's also, that's like a classic improv exercise as well, is to repeat the last
audience,
thing somebody,
yeah.
what the last thing of what a scene partner says, in this case the audience member,
Right,
and then
right.
build off of it. And like,
Exactly.
so it could have, it like repeating what he says lets the whole crowd know what's happening, and it also gives you time to think of more things you could say about condoms.
I was ready with the joke of like, oh, that's insinuating something. Like that's not a bad joke, but
Yeah.
it's just I should have said it again so then everyone can laugh. Because
Yeah.
instead, if you notice, the laugh was only like from around his table, so the laugh sounded further away. So I'll do one more time.
And
to be annoying.
passionate flowers, but yes, flowers gang. Say again? Condom, that's insinuating something else that's going on down this. That's crazy. Because dinos? Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna move on. Last year, I received the worst Valentine's Day gift of all time. No questions about it. No questions about it. Get right into it. January, I started seeing this girl, right? She was cute. She was cool. But basically, so I'm getting PTSD from the moment.
Do you want to talk about that?
We can talk about that. I'll be granted. I blanked. It was nothing was in my head for that pause. You know, like go back and look at it again. Just emptiness in my head.
That's crazy.
It's terrifying. It's happened more than once. That's not my first time on stage where I've had nothing go through, but because I think I changed the wording of, if I look at the bit here, it's like I'm supposed to describe her, and I fluffed up the wording of how she looks. I always had trouble with that when I was rehearsing, and then it happened on stage where she's cute, she's cool, and it's just crickets.
Crazy. What was there like a joke in there somewhere when you were describing the girl? Like
I think I wanted to get a laugh, but I didn't know how to get a laugh with that. Like describing
Okay.
someone, it's hard. I mean, I could have gotten a laugh.
so
but-
so somewhere in there is a joke, and we could find it.
We can find it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is right now, but it just, I had, because I think this part of the bit, the early part where I'm describing her isn't the funniest. So my thing is I want to get to the laugh. Like I want to get to the humor, get to the laughs, get to the higher energy. And at that part in the bit it wasn't exciting, and I felt that. It's like you're a salesman when you're doing stand-up, so I want to be able to sell you the product of I'm funny, like this is a funny story, buy in. And for this line, there was nothing to buy in. And I felt that, and I guess in this moment I just didn't have anything to say. I did recover in a way where people thought it was part of the bit. The line I say of like, oh, I just like got PTSD from the moment was good. Was good enough. Was good enough to like make it almost seem like it was supposed to happen.
I didn't even hear that part.
Yeah.
But
So
that's-
here, we
you
rewind.
don't need to rewind it, but that's,
But
that's
that was-
interesting.
so I lost myself, and then found a way to catch myself, and then move on without derailing the entire set.
That's
which
good.
was
That's good.
tough. Yeah. So we'll keep it going here.
So I'm getting PTSD from the moment. Last January, we went on a few dates. We were not exclusive at all. We barely knew each other. We were just
back
hanging
into
out. And I want to take our relationship to the next level. So I asked her out on this Valentine's Day dinner. I want to take her out to dinner, fancy Scottsdale Italian restaurant, show her up, and maybe take us to the next level. Because even though our relationship was going slow, intimacy-wise, also extreme.
Right here. This joke we almost cut.
Which joke?
The joke I'm about to tell.
Okay.
And we'll see the reaction of it. Sorry, I like doing this on purpose. We almost cut it. And then the reaction I got was, it surprised me on stage.
Okay.
Sorry, we'll go back.
Going slow. Intimacy-wise, also extremely slow. Like all we would do was a kosher makeout. Kosher makeout, for those who are not familiar with Judaism, he likes it. Fully clothed
The hand goes up.
makeout session. This Hebrew National package down here, untouched. So untouched, she took it and put it in the freezer. She didn't want anything to do with the Hebrew National. Good hot dog though, good hot dog, right?
That was very strong.
I know.
That was pretty good.
Thank you. I should turn it up a little bit more. Sorry.
Yeah, that was very strong.
Yeah?
That was
The best written, it was a good written joke too. It wasn't just.
yeah, and there was like solid laughter throughout that entire sequence, which is really
the
good.
setup got laugh, and then the punchline got a laugh, and then the little improvised like good hot dog, oh good hot dog, like every single thing in that little 20 seconds got a laugh.
Yeah, that was really
which
good.
is exciting. Yeah.
That's-
and then
that-
like you can see my reaction right here. I'll like circle myself. Like I am actually surprised and happy with how with how the reaction with how the joke went. Like you'll see on the I'm smiling like ear to ear with like, oh my god, it worked, because I was shocked by that. But
Our big extravaganza date to take it to the next level, and she comes out in this tight red dress. She has this long blonde hair. She looks really good, like Miami Vice, like hitting the strip on a yacht, like a Team Pain video. That kind of good. I'm showing up in slacks and a jacket and a button-down shirt, nice shoes. I look ready for my second bar mitzvah. That's how I'm looking. Like my second, I already had one at 13, I have another one at 20. That's how I look. And she,
that was the first improvised joke.
Okay. You want to talk about it?
Sure. I think the original joke with that was, I'm gonna peek at my notes. I was gonna make the Harry Potter joke where I look like frat boy Harry Potter, and because of how big the reaction was to the kosher makeout / Hebrew National line, I then, while doing other stand-up in that moment, was like, okay, I think that the second bar mitzvah joke, I look ready for my second bar mitzvah at age 20, was gonna get more laughs, and it got solid laughs. But then the ending of my bit was gonna be the fact that my girlfriend's saying me because I have this Harry Potter magic. So then with this joke, I don't know if I'm thinking at this moment right now. I knew I had to change the ending too.
Got it.
But I wanted this laugh midway through before we get to the meat of the bit. So I think we wrote the second bar mitzvah joke together, but I changed it mid-set.
Okay.
I had the intention of another joke, but then I saw the reaction, so I went with
Yeah, I
what do
don't.
you
For
think
me
about that?
personally, I was just afraid of too much Jew. I think.
I heard too much Jew was a note of mine, and we'll talk about it at the end of the bit. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
do you not like that second bar mitzvah joke? Or
no, it's good. But I'm just saying
What do you
that
think?
you've already discussed Hebrew Nationals,
Right.
kosher makeout, like
That's
a
true.
lot of Jewish.
and we're 2:30 in.
subjects.
We're like 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the bit. but
Yeah.
it's
So there,
not a lot.
yeah.
Time.
So there's nothing wrong.
In the moment, it felt right, and I stand by it.
No,
But I do
and
see
the
I do
crowd.
see your
The
side.
crowd is enjoying it, but I'm saying
got
it's
solid
just
laugh.
like
It got
something to
solid
keep
laugh.
an eye out for.
In the future, you're right.
Yeah, but also repetition is a good.
People like repetition.
It's a good
That's
comedic technique.
True.
So you could just like sprinkle it in every now and then, or you could go full into it with your.
I mean, I did
bits.
three. I think rule of threes is
Rule of
also
threes,
something. So
yes.
this is my last Jewish joke of the set.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's my last. I will watch. I think that is. I'm pretty sure that is. But that was one of the things I improvised, and then the ending I had to improvise based off of this joke.
Okay.
So we'll see. Well, yeah, we'll talk about when it comes. But that was one of them.
she gets in the car and she has this bag and sits down right in my passenger seat with the bag, and I get nervous because all I had was dinner. I didn't have any other gifts for her. So I say out loud, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. All I got is dinner for you. She's like, no, it's okay. Like, get me gifts next time. You'll make something next time. And I was like, all right. So we drive over, again, only a few dates. I don't really know her. We pull up to the restaurant, and she's in the passenger seat, anxious, shaking the entire time as I'm driving, so terrified. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. So I'm noticing here that we're doing the story,
Right, we're getting into the story.
but there's no laughs.
I know.
So
I was just kind of watching. That was an interesting thing. I was just.
yeah. There's definitely places where we could find laughs in there, like talking about how like you don't have a gift, you only have dinner.
Right, that was
You
one
could
of the
talk
things.
about maybe like dinner. She might think dinner is enough. She might think that she
could,
thinks
yeah.
something. She might want something more.
Right.
But that's not really funny. But there's
I know
like,
it's hard. I think this is just narrative or
Yeah.
exposition, if that makes sense. Where I couldn't find any laughs in this sequence. I think it was still captivating enough where I think it still pulls. Right.
Yeah.
It still has by.
It's building up.
It's crescendoing, but no, I don't know any laughs for this part. I'm not quite sure.
we'll find them. We'll
We'll
find.
find them. Yeah, we'll write more. But yeah, you're right. There was no in the last 30 seconds. There was nothing to laugh at.
And I'm about to get out of the car, and she's like, can I just... I don't know if I want to give you a gift now. Like, I don't know if you even want it. I don't even know if you like it. I made it, but like, I don't think you'll like it. I'm like, oh my gosh, whoa, what is going on? What is going on? And she's like, can I just give you the gift now? And I was like, yeah, of course. She puts the bag in my lap. I pull it out. I take one. It's a sheet of paper. It says, free date on me. First gift of Valentine's Day. Sweet, that's nice. Puts that to the side. Takes out another thing. It's a canvas. It looked like a box, but it's a canvas. I flip it over. It's a painting of like a cityscape. Another nice gift I put to the side. And then reach into the bag, I take out this larger canvas. And as I'm lifting it up, this piece of white paper from the back of the canvas flies out and hits the ground. And she freaks out. The anxiety. She's like, oh my God, you ruined the gift. I got you this gift. I made this beautiful gift, but you like ruined it and threw it on the ground. Like, I can't believe you did this. I was like, whoa, hey. I didn't see the gift yet. I flip it over. I look at the canvas. It's a gray background, painted. 6 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The circles on the gray background, blue and white varying. So blue, white, blue, white, blue, white. Inside the circles, even a smaller circle. Also, there was opposite colors. So the blue.
I think in that moment I knew I had to get a laugh.
Yeah, it's been a
'Cause-
while.
It's been a while, but I'm watching this. I know what's happening. I feel tension rising, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
I'm describing this
I
gift.
agree.
I got a note from the host of the show after. He says, I just want to get your opinion on it, to cut the part where I'm counting the circles and to make the process of talking about the boo peeing on stage even shorter. What do you think about that?
I don't know. That's interesting.
Because I think, like, I've watched it a bunch of times. I've gotten different takes. Some people really like the part where I describe, like, here's exactly what it looks like. Here's the background. Here's how many circles. Here's what the circles look like. They think it, because then it adds to the reveal.
I agree.
Or is it too long where it's, again, there's not a lot of, I wasn't laughing during that part. There was no laughs. But again, there's the feeling of it's building towards something. What do you think about that?
Okay. So I think that you should keep the part where you're describing the painting, but you
Right.
should get rid of the part before it when you're driving to the place. Because, and talking about how she's anxious and nervous, because you talk about how she's anxious and nervous while she's giving you the gift. So you
Right.
don't really need to repeat that
I
again.
think that twice. Yeah, you're right.
And then there can be like a really big buildup for the boob painting, but there was no build, like there was a, but the part of like when you get in the car and how you only had dinner,
You think I can cut that all out?
that went nowhere.
Right, you're right. No, you're absolutely right.
It went nowhere. So you either fluff that up more or just get rid of it completely
Okay.
and then keep this buildup, because I think this buildup is good,
Right. I do enjoy this, like, describing the painting.
but there needs to be more laughs. It's been like 2 minutes. There hasn't been. It's all been story, which is fine, but it really should just be like
Yeah, there should be
30.
some laughs.
Like it should be like a minute to 30 seconds.
per laugh.
Well, not per laugh. I'm saying
a minute story.
per just story and no laughs. Like there can be jokes within the story, but there was no
Right.
jokes within the story, so it just seems kind of pointless to have the part where you're driving.
I agree. I think we can cut that
That-
out.
that can
I'm
be
cool with
gone.
that.
So
Right.
for next time.
Next time, yeah, because that was the
Yeah.
one. I mean, me going up to the woman describing the small circles was where I didn't write that down. I was just like, I need to maintain momentum and get more buy-in, get a laugh. Which
That was
it got a
smart.
solid,
That was smart.
decent laugh. Yeah, wasn't big, but it was good.
Also, there was opposite colors. So the blue one had a white little dot, white one had a blue dot. Again, blue, white, blue, white, blue, white, blue, white. And I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, is it donuts? Is it mushrooms? Is it like she took a bowling ball, cut it in half, took a circle out of that, took another circle out of that, put it on the canvas, abstract art. I was very
The bowling ball thing, you don't
Cut
need
it
that.
out.
You don't
Right.
need the bowling ball. You got to laugh from the mushroom. You got to laugh from
Donuts.
The donuts. You could think of another food, maybe another circular food. But
Yeah,
I think
I was trying to watch while I was watching intensely. I want to see if anyone figures out what the gift is before I say it.
that'd be
what I was watching
interesting.
for. That's what I was watching for. I was trying
Okay,
to.
let's-
Because we have
let's
these
keep
two
going.
people.
Let's keep going.
Keep going. Okay, I like that part though. I can cut the bowling ball.
confused. And I remember the piece of paper that fell up from behind the canvas, right? So I go into my car, pick it up, look at it, flip it over, and I see a girl's stomach. And as I look up the picture, it's two breasts, one painted blue and one painted white. And the nipples of both was opposite color, so white and blue. She gave me a boob painting for Valentine's Day.
Payoff was good. No,
It
what do you
was good
think?
payoff,
Good
but I'm
payoff.
saying
too long to get there.
too long to get there.
Okay.
The sequence of saying describing what the painting looked like,
Mm-hmm.
and then describing what you saw in the picture,
Right. The Polaroid.
that was really good.
You like? Okay. I'm
yeah.
glad.
So now
You like the slow of the stomach and then going up and then like
my
this
two
this
favorite
one.
moments so far of this routine
Okay.
has been the Jewish portion and then the breast portion. Those are my
Right.
two
I
favorite.
mean, those are like two of everyone's favorites. I
Yeah,
feel like,
yeah.
In life. No, you're right.
yeah.
We gotta trim the fat.
Or just fluff the fat. Trim or fluff the fat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about that. We can go back into it. But yeah.
A boob painting for Valentine's Day.
Still got laughs.
And my first reaction wasn't like, I took myself out of the moment. I was like, I had to tell my friends, I had to tell my boys, this is so crazy, this is insane. But I hop back in, she's staring right at me. That's what she
Okay. There, you could have like changed the energy real quick. So
Right.
you could have been like, you could have said like in that moment like, I forgot what you said. You were saying
So
like,
I had to tell my boys.
yeah, but I know, but like before you said it, I have to tell my boys. You said like I took myself out of the moment, and I was just thinking in my head, like instead of continuing like the fast,
Oh,
the
slow
high
it down,
energiness, you
maybe?
could have
Yeah.
slowed it down and been like, damn, I gotta tell my boys about
That's
this.
funnier, you're
This is
right.
crazy.
Yeah.
And it will like switch it up so it'll keep the audience more interested because it's a change of pace of things. I feel
Right, I like that a lot. Actually, that makes sense. Yeah.
and the whole bit so far has all been like kind of high energy, and it'd be nice to just have like a little bit of a break from the high energy.
I think part of it is the anxiety of time, where it's only
Yeah.
a 7-minute set.
That
So
is
it's kinda
true.
Like, all right, I gotta like get my jokes out, get through it.
That
But
is
I
true.
do like the slowdown. I think
That
that's
is
smart.
true.
That's smart. That's a good note.
Yeah.
You go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you.
And she's staring right at me. That's what she's anxious about. She's waiting for my reaction. And I look back at her and I'm like, I love it. I love it so much.
So right, because that part got a laugh because the energy changed. Was the whole like, here's my reaction, and I slow down. And I'm like, I love it. Because then people are like, what is he? Oh, it's a different. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. That's your note in live time.
Yeah, and you could
I
like,
can make that scene longer, I think.
yeah,
Because
absolutely.
that's interesting. It's like, what was my reaction or what was her reaction to my
Mm-hmm.
reaction? Yeah, I think because it's part of why I think I blinked at the beginning of the bit was because I knew the ending had more stuff. Like there's more funny within. Once I reveal boob painting, I think that's where the jokes start coming in. Like you'll watch the end part. There's not going to be a lot. I don't know why the audience, I think they started zapping out at this point. In my opinion, while performing, I felt the energy kind of been like, okay, we get it. We're cool. But I think this is where it gets funnier or there's more jokes. So
okay,
to
we
say.
can watch and
We'll watch and discuss.
We'll see.
So that's my take going into this last section.
I put my bathroom, it's so nice. I'm freaking out. I don't want anything to do with this girl, but here's the thing. It was right before dinner, right? We arrived, do the gift ceremony. I had to spend an hour and a half with her small talk after seeing her breasts for the first time via the boob painting. And at dinner, she starts revealing how she made this Frankenstein's monster of a painting. She said that she had 3 of her friends come over the day before. They all got together, they brought paint and canvases. One of the friends painted one Trudy, the other friend painted another Trudy, and then one helped place them on the thing. My issue with that is, it's fine that the friends came over to help her out, but why didn't they say anything bad? Like, why didn't they go against her? If my friend asked me to rob a bank, I'm gonna say no, because that's a bad idea. Her friends all said, this is a great idea, we should definitely give this guy who you're not dating this boob painting, he's gonna love it. It just made no sense. And then deep down within me, at my core, I thought that I had to
Do you want
give
to talk
her
about that part? Sorry.
what do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about?
I think I got a note where it was robbing a bank's negative, or it's not funny. That example of like if my friends asked me to rob a bank, I would say no because it's a bad idea. There's other stuff that are bad ideas with it. And then I think I want to go, if I do the bit again, go into the more of the construction of the boob painting and how, I don't know, I'm holding it like that, and how the friends made it, if that makes sense. Like in my head, how would the process of making a boob painting go?
Yeah,
Would it be?
that's a good thing to expand on.
I think
And
that's
that'd be
something
funny.
that's interesting it piques my curiosity. while
Yeah.
listening to it.
Yeah. And then you
What do you
said
think?
something before as well. I don't remember. Oh, you say, I have to make an hour and 30 minutes of small talk
Right.
with her.
Are you curious about the small talk? Is
Well,
that what
no,
you're-
I'm not curious about the small talk. But, I mean, that could be. That could
I also
be
got a
funny.
laugh. I was surprised by the laugh in that line. People were like, "Oh, it's kind of," because I think it's reminding them of the story, where it's like, "Oh, this is all before dinner. Like, what the heck?" Like that's where I think the laugh came from. Was I'm in this moment. Oh my god, I forgot. Like this is before they even sit down. That's crazy,
Yeah.
right? Or
And
what do you
then,
think?
but then you were saying after seeing her breasts for the first time,
Yeah.
on a canvas,
Right.
and I think that's
I have a line for that. I wrote a new line.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I want to make a joke about how it's like a Van Gogh nude. It's a Renaissance nude. So I
Okay.
saw her breasts for the first time via Renaissance nude.
I don't really get it.
I'm gonna go into it where it's like they didn't have like nudes back in the day. There's no Snapchat. There's no Instagram. So
Oh.
therefore, the way you get a nude from a chick is if she makes you a boob painting,
Got
or
it.
a vagina thing, or like that's how the nudes will get around. No, maybe
Medieval
Interesting?
nudes. I
a
like
medieval
that.
nude.
I like
Oh.
that.
I'll write down. You like that? Because that's one. Of the
I think
jokes.
that's funny.
And I can explain it too. People are gonna be like, "Huh?" And I'll be like, "That's how you. I would think that you do nudes."
Yeah, you could talk about it. You could talk about it and say
Like a 20-second like little monologue about it.
I think that's more than 20
You think
seconds.
it's like a minute?
I feel like there's a lot in there.
There's a lot in the medieval nude. We'll break
Yeah.
it down more, but yeah, I think that's one of my rewrites I had after the bit. So we're almost done. We're like a minute out.
Got it.
I had to give her a gift. Because I didn't get her a gift. All I was doing was paying for dinner. Does she want, I don't know, like a moob masterpiece? Does she want a penis portrait? Does she want a cock collage? Like, I don't know what she wants from me. I'm starting to freak out and get nervous because if she wants a guy who's into art, that's
was
not
good.
me. That's not my vibe. This is my kind of art. It's not canvases and portraits.
Because it's 3 straight. It's boom, boom, boom. That's why I
Rule
think it
of
worked.
threes.
Moob masterpiece, penis portrait, cock collage. all within-
Alliteration.
Exactly. Alliteration. It's rule of threes. It's, again, we talked about there's one part where there's no jokes. That was 3 jokes in like 6 seconds
Yeah.
and 3 laughs. So it was like laugh.
Yep.
Wait a second. Laugh. Wait a second. Laugh. And then I'm like, I can't do that. And then that like ends the laugh.
That's good.
That's where I think I've improved the most as a stand-up. If I can self-note myself.
Nice.
Right?
That's good.
Well, I thank you too for helping me write
I'm
it.
glad you can recognize that.
Yeah, because I think back when I started, I was all energy and physical comedy, but that was where the writing. I think the whole bit's been the writing's helped me get the laughs, which has never happened for me. That's why I kind of love this bit the most. It's
Cool.
'cause
That's cool.
Our writing, you helped me out a lot, but that's what got laughs,
That's cool.
right?
Yeah,
it feels
that is cool. I like that.
We're growing. I'm growing. We're almost done too. But I think, my opinion too, before we go into the end, this is the last funny part. That was the last big laughs,
Okay.
which I think we'll talk about how we change it. But this is my
But
take on it.
after that, we left the dinner. I paid for it. Drove back to her apartment. And basically, we stopped.
Like, why did I say that? We left dinner. I paid for it, and then it makes me laugh. I don't know why I said that. That's why I think it's funny. It's stupid.
Okay.
It's not even that funny. I think it's.
You can make
humorous.
it funny.
How do you think I make that funny?
You could say I was so upset that I had to pay for it because I'm Jewish. Because I'm Jewish.
I think I do another because I haven't done any Jew jokes up to this point.
It's a callback.
It's a callback Jew joke.
And it's like not even a Jewish joke. You're just pointing out that you're Jewish and you don't like
I think
to pay for
the
dinner.
part I laughed at was I'm so mad at her for giving me the boo paying. I still pay for dinner. Like that's who I am. That's not funny. But you know what I'm
I
saying?
mean-
It's like I'm so upset. Yeah, I still pay for dinner. Why am I paying for dinner when she ruined my night?
Okay.
I can't say that verbatim, but that's the whole point of like I paid.
You were upset about it.
Yeah, I like begrudgingly paid.
Okay.
Maybe.
If you want to keep
Fine.
in that you paid for it, you can say I begrudgingly paid for it because I got the worst Valentine's.
Because my Jewish mother and
Because I got the Valentine's Day gift that I least expected and I wanted the least.
I mean, I didn't. Well, here's the thing: the whole bit, I didn't expect any gifts from this girl. That was the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
I just was taking her out to dinner to like maybe start dating her. That was the idea.
Okay.
Behind the bit was I'm gonna take her to dinner, and this is a girl who I could make my girlfriend, and this is like not a test, but it's like all right, let's see how this goes, and then just the destruction, the Pompeii of the night via boo painting.
You can elaborate on that more in the beginning.
You think so?
I think that would give good information.
I think so too. Why am I? Yeah, Jesus Christ, that sounds nice. Write down. So I'm just making notes
It
for
did sound
myself
nice.
on the notepad. Emotional, because it adds emotional stakes.
Yeah.
Where I'm not. Again, the whole point was because I feel like I tried hitting it in the beginning, but I don't know. Should we finish the bit and then talk about overall stuff, or should we just?
Yes, we should finish
Okay,
the
we're gonna
bit.
finish the bit. 30 seconds out.
And basically, we stopped seeing each other. I don't like boobs on canvas. That was a bad idea.
Awkward
But
singing.
all parties moved on.
You like awkward singer or no? What's your take on
I
awkward
like awkward
singing?
singing.
Yeah, just because I think this last second. All right, yeah.
Boyfriend, I assume he loves boob flavored art. I found a girl who puts up with my weird kind of art and craziness. Thank you so much, Stan Black.
All right.
All right,
There we
that's
go.
the bit.
She moved on. She
You don't
found
like
a
the
new
ending?
boyfriend. I assume he loves boob
It was
flavored
better
art.
now watching it than I remember, but I think
Great ending.
I
You
found a
actually
girl
liked
who
it?
puts
There's
up
no-
with my
there's no-
weird kind
there's
of
no
art
last
and
punch.
craziness.
There doesn't
Thank
need
you
to be
so
a
much,
last
Stan
punch.
Black.
I kind of was just like, all right, like I found someone who dates me now. I'm out. It felt like a more like, all right, I'm good.
Boob flavored art got
It got a laugh. I wrote that thinking it would get a laugh. I feel like there's no resolution. It was more like, all right, we moved on.
I say we talk about it off camera, come back,
Okay,
and then recap what we've discussed and what we're going to improve on for the next.
that sounds great. Let's do
Okay,
that. All right, that was the first. Yeah.
All right, we're back. We've thought about what we're going to add and subtract and what
Yes.
we're going to improve on
The
and
notes
what
of the
is
bit.
really good. And we're going to talk about that now.
What works, what doesn't work,
Yes.
what to never do again, what to do every single time.
Yes.
Yes. Do you want to go in order of the bit?
Let's
Mike?
go in order of the bit.
Okay. Opening. Your note when we first wrote it out was to get right into it. I think that was genius.
Yes.
Very smart idea. Instead of being like the whole, usually I would do like, hey, I'm Lee. Here's a little bit about me. Here's some jokes. And instead I was just like, I know it's October, and then boom, into bit. I don't know if there's any laughs in that first part. I think it like the whole, I don't think it's laughs, but I think it's setting up for upcoming attractions.
Well, you I think you're supposed to find jokes with the audience interaction talking about worst
Right.
gifts or just strangest Valentine's Day gifts.
Right. I think there was laughs. The condoms he yelled out. I should.
Yeah.
I'll repeat the words next time when I do comedy.
Yes, remember to repeat the words.
That'll be a big thing, is repeating. But yeah, I think there's jokes that I can improvise, which is exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So repeat the jokes. Okay. And then we go into describing the girl, which is where I blanked. So
That's right. We didn't really talk about
we
this.
didn't talk about the blank that much. I think what we talked about off camera was adding more emotional stakes to it.
Yeah.
Was the fact that, to me, the date was the whole plan of the Valentine's Day dinner was to see. I was seeing this girl. I saw her for about like 4 dates. Like we were seeing each other. We weren't exclusive yet, but we were on that track. And to me, this was kind of like a make or break moment for us. Valentine's Day dinner, very intimate night, fancy restaurant. Like, let's see if I could have a potential future with this girl. Like, could she be my girlfriend? So the fact of me asking her to dinner and we got dressed up, like that was all on purpose. And I think I have to. It's not exactly funny, but again, it adds to the stakes of it. If I do that in a line or two of like, hey, here's my intention with the date. Here's how I want it to go. You think that works instead of like describing how she looks? Because that's where I tripped up, was like, oh, she's cute, she's pretty, blank, like silence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
I think that's better than just describing her
Superficially,
superficial.
I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that gives it more weight, gives it more emotion. I think I
think
like
I
that
do want
better.
to talk about how she does. I think I do that with the Miami Vice line, but like,
Also, Miami Vice, I don't think a lot of people really know what Miami Vice is.
no one, yeah, didn't get a laugh. I remember that. Didn't get a big laugh, which is okay. And then keep the Jewish joke, the romantic, very kosher makeout,
Yeah, that was funny. Keep it.
fully clothed,
Got laughs.
one-on-one, Hebrew National,
Got laughs.
little tasteful dick joke. And then, so here's what we're talking about getting rid of. I pick her up. You think I cut that part out?
Cut out the whole part where you pick her up. Take out the whole
Even
part
when she
where
comes
you
out of the
drive her.
apartment, when she's like, because that's where the Miami Vice line comes in. Or I can do the Lululemon joke. Because I drive up, I pick her up.
Well,
and
she's
then
not
she
dressed
comes,
like Lululemon to go to the date with you
No,
on
she's not. She's in a
Valentine's
dress. She's in like a tight dress, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So I keep that. Okay. And then just ignore the whole thing of how she's anxious in the car.
You don't need to talk
that.
about that drive because you're going to talk about how she's anxious when you get to the restaurant.
Right. Absolutely. You're right.
And there's better jokes that you could expand on.
Do you like the parts where I talk about how we're both dressed? Like she's in a tight red dress. She's got the long blonde hair. And then I did the whole, I come out like looking for my second bar mitzvah.
It's that you
Yeah?
need that part
Yeah, 'cause
because
it's
you're
a laugh.
talking. It's more Jewish jokes.
Right. And the Jewish jokes worked in that case.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
you should keep that part.
Okay. And then I also want to mention the gifts. Like she comes in the car with gifts.
Yeah,
You think I mentioned that? Where
you
she
can
comes
mention
in, 'cause
that
she comes
too.
in with a bag, and the bag was the 3 gifts.
Yeah,
So she comes in with a bag, and then I talk about how like, oh, I didn't get her any gifts. All I got her was the dinner. Again, it's not funny, but it's the exposition of like, here's what she comes in with. This is what I'm going to be talking about. Here's how I feel in that moment. And then we get to the restaurant, and then she's anxious about the gifts, right?
you don't need to talk about how you
do you
feel
think?
in that moment. I think you just say,
Like, should I? Oh,
I
you don't
noticed.
think
I
mentioned
noticed
that?
she comes in with gifts.
Yeah, I noticed it, and then so drop the whole how I feel, because I think I mentioned on stage where like I feel bad that I didn't get her anything, or all I got her was dinner instead of gifts.
Yeah, or you can find a joke in there somewhere.
What will be the joke there? I can do the whole thing. Like, isn't dinner enough? Like that's what all I got was dinner. Because she was cool with it. Because she said, I think I said in the bit was she comes in, brings the gifts, and I'm like, oh, like all I got you was dinner. She's like, you can get me something next time or make something. And I'm like, okay. Because I dropped the whole like I can make something for her. It's like weird foreshadowing. Does that make sense or no? Do you get what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
It's not exactly funny, but it's setting. It's more this. The part of the bit is like setting up. What do think?
You could say
Bless your eyes,
make
Leo.
something by her, like make something
Like,
for
'cause she
her.
says to me, she's like,
You
"Oh,
could
you can
say-
get me something or make me something next time."
and
And I'm like, "All right." Like, I just brushed off. I'm like,
and then
"Cool."
when you say when you say she says you can make me something, you can say, and she said
yeah.
that you could make me something.
Hit that,
and say,
yeah.
this is important for future parts of this
Right.
story.
I could, yeah, I think I hit that more because I did say that in the video, but it was too fast.
That would be funny.
That would be funny if I'm just like, or make me something, and I'm like, okay, cool, and then we drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So hit that part. Yeah, make
Better than what you had before.
right. Me something. I like that. Okay, so we get to the restaurant, dropping the whole. We in the parking lot, and then that's where I think I do a anxious freak out. Because that's what she had. She was like tense and nervous, and she's like, "Oh my god, like, I got you this gift. I don't think I should have got you these gifts. Gifts are crazy or insane. Like, I don't know if you even like it." I'm like, "Hey, whoa, you're cool.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like, what's going on?" She's like, "How about we just do gifts now? You want to do gifts now?" Yeah, let's just do gifts.
Yeah.
That's better than the whole.
It's better. But I think you should exaggerate your pause more.
Make it longer.
You should make it longer, and you should
Really?
like look like confused. I think.
Okay. Because I think I've done this bit more than just a video. So there's one time where I did it where I just hit that pause better, where I was just freak out, and I'm like, "Hey, you're cool. Like, I can just
That's
open.
better.
I can open them now." She's like,
That's
"You sure?
better.
You sure about that?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's fine. It's cool."
That's good, and it's also funny because you kind of sound annoyed, which is funny.
Yeah, I come off a little more like, "Why?" Like, it's why my whole thing is like, "Why are you freaking out?" It's just like a bag, and then should I hit? I think I did it quickly, but I think it works. The other two gifts that she gave, I kind of brushed through them. Or do you think I hit those more?
No, just brush through them. Those are
That's what
not
I did.
important.
Like I was like, here's the first one, a little like dinner on me, and I was like, that's nice, that's cool. Boom. Next one, oh, cityscape, cool, cityscape. Boom. And then
You could brush on them after you receive the boob painting, being like, "Man, I wish I only received the cityscape in the."
I can make a joke, like a callback.
'Cause now this is like ridiculous.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Exactly. How Pooming was made. Yeah. So yeah, so I opened each gift. Small one, boom. Cityscape, boom. And then it's the reveal. So I go into the how it looks, right?
That's fine. Keep
That's
how
fine.
it looks.
Keep how it looks. Booping reveal. Keep how it looks. Gray background, 6 dots. Count them out. Circles, colors. The nipple joke. Maybe. What do you think?
Get rid
It's
of the
a throw
part where
joke.
we get rid of the part where she says where you say that she's nervous at the car ride,
Right.
and then we got rid of the part where you described that she was in a T-Pain movie or a T-Pain
Yes.
music video. We got rid of that part too.
So I cut. Yeah. So I'm gonna write cut list. So we cut how she looks,
yes.
and then car ride, and then that gives us time to then keep the reveal or keep the whole gray background.
Yeah.
6 circles.
Yeah.
Different color circles. Smaller circles on the inside, and then we're gonna cut the bowling ball part, where
Yeah.
the first one's like, is it mushrooms? Is it donuts? I think I just go into like Do I do roll 3s or do I just move?
No,
into
that's fine. Just mushrooms
donuts. Is
and
mushrooms? I don't know. I'm not sure. And then I remember I like the part because I mentioned how there's a white piece of paper fell out, and then I pick it up and I say like I find like, oh, it's the white piece of paper is a Polaroid. I look at the Polaroid, stomach, look up, boom, boom. Is that all good? You want to keep all that? And then after that, do I say? I verbatim say she got me a boo painting for Valentine's Day. Do I say that line or do I cut that line?
That's fine. It got laughs.
I got laughs. I don't repeat it though, right? Because I repeat it in the video.
I don't know.
Maybe.
In the moment, that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's a boo painting. And then my first reaction, what we have right now is I tell my boys about it.
That's funny.
You like that? Where it's like in that moment, I then
But you have to slow it down.
Slow it down. So I have to slow down. Because that was actually like my gut instinct was I wanted to tell you and our friend Noah Jordan about the boo painting. That was my first like genuine thought was I gotta tell Benny and Noah. Like I actually have to tell him.
Yeah.
And then like I took myself out of that moment and then I rushed back in and then I can do my whole like I did this thing I did once where I was performing where I did this eyebrow thing where I was like, I love it. It's great.
You don't need to do the eyebrow thing.
Oh, you
You can
don't
just
need-
say, "I love it. It's great."
I love it's great. I'll hang it in my bathroom. I did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And then after dinner. And then do I mention the fact that now I have to eat dinner with her?
Yeah.
Like that whole like this is before dinner.
Yeah. That's
I
funny.
got a small talk with her now after seeing her seeing her breasts via booping or via medieval nude. Do you want to add that in, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yes. No, you should add it because that's funny.
Yes.
And then so you say via medieval nude. And then for those of you that don't know what medieval nudes are, that's what they used back
In the Renaissance
in the
times.
Renaissance times before they had Snapchat.
iPhones, iMessage.
Yeah, they just
The only way you'd see
painted pictures
if
of.
I want my beloved betrothed to see my naked chest, be via Canvas.
Yes.
Right? Yeah,
That's funny.
that's good. And then yeah, boob painting, gift reveal, and then as we're at dinner. So after, so I'll do boob painting. First time I saw her breasts via boob painting. After that, we have dinner, and then while we're at dinner, she reveals to me how she made. You think I get rid of the Frankenstein line?
Yes.
Okay. So she tells me how she made the boob painting, and she had 3 of her friends come over, and then start talking about 3 of her friends come over to make the boob painting, and then I talk about how I think they made it.
Yes.
And that's where I do the Big Lebowski, the whole like
Big Lebowski running
Julianne
through the hallways,
Moore.
slapping paint on the boobs.
left boob, smack paint, and then runs
Yeah.
through right boob, smack paint, nipples, boop boop, and then like the whole I can just act that out physically.
That's very
on
funny.
stage. That'd be crazy funny. I think that'd be super good. Yeah, to start that. That's awesome. Super funny. And then after I do all that, I can be like, oh, like does she expect me to make her something now in return? Does she want my boob masterpiece? You like that or no?
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good
Cut
transition.
collage. Yeah, piece portrait.
And that should be a lot of big laughs, like, all together.
Like how it was in the video. Yeah, it was like boom, boom, boom.
No, I'm saying...
Like string them all together.
Even before that,
With the Julianne Moore stuff.
yeah, I think that's going to be... It's going to give more laughs than there were before.
Right, it absolutely will. Oh my god, yeah. So then, yeah, Julianne Moore stuff, my creations of body art, and then that's where it ends right now.
That's great. I think that's
You
fine.
honestly think that's where we end it? Is there any punch or tag we put on it? What do you think?
No, I think it's...
After cock collage,
The ending is good. You say...
she moved on because she did. She's actually dating someone right now. She moved on.
No, you say, like, after that day, like, a relationship ended. Like, that was
Tough.
funny.
Yeah,
That was
it was
funny.
me. It was
Then
me.
you say-
I sang it weird. I was like, it
Yeah,
ended
awkward
after-
laughs. Awkward singing, always funny.
It's always a win.
And then just say she's moved on. She's found somebody that likes her
Boob flavored art.
boob flavored art, and I've moved on as well, and we're both the better for it.
we both have grown from this experience.
Thank you so much for your time. Have a good night.
Have a great night. Yeah, I think that's where it ends.
That's fun.
I think it's good.
Yeah, I think,
It's also don't go negative. That was a note we had.
yeah, don't go negative.
I can't rip her. I don't think I did that much. I feel like I'm like defending myself. But I don't think I was that mean about the boob painting in the bit we just talked about. But I think I could be nicer, or even not nicer, but let's don't make her seem like the bad guy, because she's not.
No, definitely
Right?
not.
Yeah.
and
I think I did some points.
You did it a little bit, but not enough for it to be like,
It wasn't egregious.
wow, he's really shitting on her right now.
Exactly. It was more like I was more like, why did you do this? Instead, I should be more like, she did it, and here's what my reaction of it.
That's much
is.
better. That's much better.
And I think if we do the Julianne Moore, it gets rid of the whole like Frankenstein monster. Ooh, it's bad. Ooh, it's scary. You know, it's more because the ending
Yeah.
is more like we both moved on because we did,
yeah.
and we're not dating. We don't talk. We're not friends. And that's that's how it ended. That's what happened. That was for her. That was a little frowny face for her. She's not going. I mean, if she says she hasn't seen boob painting yet. We talked about this off camera. She's not seen it yet,
Yeah.
and she's the type of girl who would tell me if she saw it in a
Cool.
very angry text message, FaceTime call, or phone call. I think
That's cool.
so. I'm just kind of like bracing myself for it, getting my arm around,
Good
and I'll
for
definitely
her.
let you know if she does. Because honestly, I think if she, I have an idea. If she sees the boob painting, that could be the end of the bit. It gets meta. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Like her reaction to her seeing boob painting and how how mean she was or whatever she does, because I don't know what she's gonna do yet. That could be the big finale. I'm not gonna send it to her, but like when she sees it, you know what I'm saying?
You could make that up. You could like,
You think I can make? Oh, I want to lie though. Yeah,
okay,
I
then
could.
don't lie, and then just have the ending be what it is, and then whenever she ever finds out,
she's gonna find out, right? The truth always comes out. She's gonna find out. No,
well, I think that's her choice whether or not she wants to watch this material. She might not think you're funny.
well,
And then
I was,
be like-
I can tell the story right now on the podcast. She, after we ended things, I posted a different Sam video of my hype bit on my Instagram, on my YouTube, and it did well. It got views, got likes, and then within 1 minute, it got 5 dislikes. After this girl who I won't name saw the video, so then I blocked her and everything. But I still think there's ways where this video could crack
Well,
The
why
holes.
don't you have that as the ending of the bit?
that she demolished my stand-up career.
Well, not that she demolished your
I'm
stand-up
just
career,
joking, yeah.
but
That she has disliked my videos before, or she doesn't like. Maybe.
well, you could say we both moved on from it, kind of not really, because
She dislikes all my Sam videos.
yeah,
Thank you so much.
that's funny.
Ooh,
That's good.
you like that? Yeah. Yeah. So we both. 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 We both moved on. Well, kinda. Yeah, I think it's funny. Since I think I got mentioned dislikes my stand-up videos
On YouTube.
because she has.
And I've blocked her on every social media platform.
Do I mention that? It's a little petty, yeah.
Yeah,
And-
because that's petty. It's funny.
And I have blocked her. I don't have her on anything. I have a burner account where I just keep tabs sometimes. I should not have said that aloud.
That's Sussy
weird.
Baka.
What did you say?
That's Sussy Baka.
What's Sussy Baka? I don't
It's
know
like
what
a
that means.
meme.
Oh, is that
It's like
actually?
a little vine.
I feel like Kevin Durant when I do it. Different thing.
Yeah.
But I do have, I think the point of this little anecdote is I do have burner accounts and I keep tabs sometimes.
Right.
It's not just on her. It's on other girls too. Or guys. Don't make it so but here's the thing. It's like if you look at the account, I'm not gonna tell you what it is or anyone else what it is. It's me. Like it's me. Am I giving you a hint? I feel like I'm giving you a hint.
No, but you're
I'm
keep
outing myself?
talking about.
I'm like digging this hole deeper and
it's
deeper.
Pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, actually, it's
I don't know why you're still talking about it, but
it's funny. It's
I'm
interesting. I
happy for
haven't
you.
never really talked about it with anyone except for you right now. I hope you enjoyed our process of how we write together.
Yep. And see you next bit.
We'll see you next time. Thank you.